Hey guys, Jen here from Diary of a Dreamer, and today I wanted to do another process video with you for my December daily. So I know that the last day that I stopped on was the 15th. So today I'm hoping to get through the 16th through the 20th. So we'll see what happens. I have been behind because the day of filming is now the day after Christmas. I'm a little behind, but as you can see, I've got everything printed out and ready to go. So let's get started. Today I decided to take another leaf out of Ali Edwards' book in the fact that I didn't really have a story to share for day 16, but I wanted to do something simple. So I took a picture of the couch that I sit on. We have two couches in my house. My husband likes to sit on the actual couch and play video games because he's got a better line of sight to the TV, and then I sit on the love seat. And I took a picture of the love seat that I sit on with blankets, and I used a quote from Ali Edwards' 12 Days of Christmas freebie thing that she was doing this year. And it says, "My idea of Christmas, whether old-fashioned or modern, is very simple. Loving others," by Bob Hope. And I just put that in white on the front, and I'm taking these cork numbers from the review story kit, and I'm going to use those to put 16 on. But first I'm going to grab some washi tape, some of my Christmas washi, and I'm going to lay that down first so that way it's not completely boring. I'm going to use some black and red plaid because if you hadn't gathered by the blankets and anything else in the previous pages of my album, I really like the color plaid. And then I'm also going to use some gold heart washi tape, and that might be from Felicity Jane. I will check and put it in the description box below. Yep, it's from Felicity Jane. Never mind, I don't have to check. I showed you because I figured. It's taking me a second to get it open. So I find it weird, some washi tapes, when they roll out, like, they're different. Like, one will roll out where the hearts are all upright, and then this one, with the way that I rolled it out, all the hearts were upside down, and I had to cut it on the left, and then flip it over to get the hearts the right way. That did not make any sense whatsoever. Anyway, yeah, washi tape's not all the same, and it bugs me. Let's put it that way. And here I'm just pulling some small silver stars that I got from, I think, from Tuesday morning. I put one small silver star next to the 16, and day 16 is done. I'm not sure why my camera did that. Sorry guys, it does it again later on too. So for day 17, I went over to a friend's house because my husband had 24-hour duty at work, so I didn't get to see him. So I went over and I hung out with my friend Sarah, her husband Jeff, and their kids, and we built gingerbread houses and made cookies. We seem to have a thing for making cookies this year. So that's the picture of the gingerbread house that we made. And I just pulled the Felicity Jane word stickers over, and I'm trying to find stickers that work well with what happened that day. So I find stickers that say laughter and gingerbread, and I put it on the big 6x8 photo. Both this photo and the other photo were printed on Epson matte presentation paper. They're not on photo paper. So in case you're curious, the 4x6 photo is of me and Jeff trying to put the house together. Sarah took the selfie and Riley stuck his face in. It was fun. And on the bottom of that one, I put together and memories. Here is a bunch of cards that I made, I made 3 of them, and you will only see 2 of them in this spread. So the one that I'm cutting out right now, it says the jolliest bunch of elves this side of the nut house. was another quote from the Ali Edwards 12 Days of Freebies, and I figured it was most appropriate for what we were doing, because oh my god, we were going crazy, guys. Then I just used the stamp in red and black and stamped it in Photoshop and then printed it out. I have a picture of the cookies we made there, but I'm actually going to take it out in favor of, here's the story card that I got from one of the story kits. I'm not sure which one. All I know is it's a past story kit, and I've had it for a while, and it's like a notepad. And I'm just going to write my journaling on there. Just talks about how Lee had Judy went over to Sarah's house for dinner, bake cookies, and decorate the gingerbread house. This thing drove us absolutely crazy. Sarah and I did most of the work after Jeff and I laid the foundation. Definitely learned a lesson today. Decorate the house and then put it together. If you're like me and you've never decorated a gingerbread house before, then you wouldn't have known that the icing is going to like fall down the roof of the house until it dries. So you might want to do that before you put it together. Anyway, it was fun. We had fun. We laughed a lot. And we finally got the dadgum gingerbread house made. So I just got some, this ink pad was an add-on in the For the Love story kit. I think it's called Pendleton. Is that her red ink is Pendleton? From Ali Edwards, and I used that to stamp the date, which was the 17th, at the bottom of the Here's the Story card. This is the first time I'd used that particular ink pad, so I was testing it out, which is why you saw me stamp it off twice on a scrap piece of paper, and I actually really like it. It's a nice red color, it's not too dark. Here's where I add the second of the word phrase stickers, because there was a lot of laughter, probably a lot of cussing and frustration, but it's done and it was fun in the end. And it was the first time I'd ever made a gingerbread house. So I was getting ready to put it in the page protector, and then I remembered that the last time I went to Tuesday Morning, I got these little peppermint-shaped enamel dots from American Crafts, and I decided I wanted to use a couple on the spread. They come in two sizes, or 2 rows of 3 colors. There we go. I think. I don't know. There's like 2 shades of red, maybe 2 shades of green. Put some on both by the word phrase stickers, and then we are going to call day 17 done. I had to come back the next day to do day 18 because my husband wanted dinner, so we had to eat dinner because he was hungry and fun stuff. So here I am using a card from the Larkin December journaling card set, and I just darkened some of the colors on the Christmas tree. Just as a simple filler card. I didn't really need words for this day. Day 18, my husband finally had a chance to hang the lights in front of the house. And so that's what the picture is. He's sitting on the ladder trying to figure out how to get one of the gutter clips to stick. It took us until day 18 to do this because it took us that long to find the clips that we needed to attach them to the gutters on the front of the house, guys. It was ridiculous. So that light card is a card from a past Ali Edwards December daily kit from like years ago. And I was watching Are You Kristen put her pages together a couple of days ago, or a couple of days before this, and that's where I got the idea to use that card, and all I did was put 18 from the Felicity Jane Joy Kit alphas. And now I'm just adding holiday lights on the corner of that 4x6 photo. And day 18, the simplest day of all, is completely done. I'm not sure why it keeps going in and out of focus. So day 19, I decided to just write. I didn't have a picture or anything. I just wanted to write not quite a wish list or a bucket list for the season, just wanted to kind of share my opinions. But before I did that, this is actually part of day 20. You will see it. I just had to make sure that the 2 pages were going to be the same size. So I had to cut this one out first because it actually had borders, and then I cut out the rest of my holiday stories. Wanted to make sure because this one wasn't adding up to the right size that I wanted it to be, so I had to check and make sure that both of them were going to be the same size. That Holiday Stories is a digital stamp that I got probably from one of the December Daily kits. Lately, I always get the digital kit too, just in case I want to do something like this. And I was trying to figure out where to put the number 19. And this is where I make yet another mistake, like I did in the last video. I put this piece of paper on the wrong side, and I don't realize it until I'm done. But it's an easy fix because thankfully this Tombow adhesive, roller adhesive, does not, it gives you a little bit of time before it's permanent. You can move things around a little bit if you need to, and I actually ran out, so thankfully I have a couple more in my adhesive drawer, and I just snap it on real quick and continue on. I don't know why it took me so long to realize that I put that strip of paper on the wrong side. I was going to cut it with my little scissors, but for some reason I decided to pull over my smaller guillotine paper trimmer. I love this thing, but the only problem is you can't tell exactly where it's going to cut until you make the cut. And that's kind of a pain, which is why I generally use the bigger one, because it's got a guide in it to kind of help tell you where it's going to print. And this is when I realized that I messed up, but I'm going to spare you guys watching me tear that apart, and I fixed it, and I came back. I'm going to use this 6-hole punch that I got from Michaels. You can find it in the planner section if you're interested, and works perfect. Now I'm trying to find a card, a 3x4 card, to make for the numbers. And I really like these holiday cards from the Jasmine Jones kit. Really like the style. I've already used the blue holly, which is the first card that you see on there. Not the red one, obviously, the other one. I used that particular pattern in a 4x6 size on a previous day. It was on the back of day 8. So I decided I didn't want to use the blue, but I'm going through pretty much all of my Christmas 3x4 cards here, and I'm going to use this red one instead. It says The Simple Things, and on the back it's got green holly. Green and red, and that works perfectly. So I'm going to hole punch it real quick, which actually turned out better than I thought. I thought I was going to have a couple of half holes on the edge of the paper, or correction, on the edge of the card, but it cut perfectly. Now I am reaching for the shiny red thickers that I also picked up at Tuesday morning. I get most of my thickers or my alphas at Tuesday morning, if they're not white. If they're white, then I get them at Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to put 19 on the front, and then day 19 is done. Although you will see later on in the photo that's towards the end of the video, I did add some black washi tape. I don't know if I do it, I don't remember if I do it here or not. I don't think so. So I added it afterwards because I figured it was a little too plain with all that white. And so I added some washi tape, which you'll see in the photos. So now moving on to day 20. I am taking another leaf out of Brandy Kincaid's book. I really like the way that she does her December dailies. She really inspired me this year. And so I definitely scrap lifted several of her ideas. This one, of course, is just a story about my ornaments. And I got a picture of my 2 favorite Christmas mugs from Target. I'm going through my Felicity Jane 12x12 papers real quick, looking for a paper to put on the back of the mugs, and I end up choosing this one with red stripes on one side and like dots or something, or rain, or I don't know, dashes on the other side. I'm just gonna adhere this down real quick, not quite on the edge, because I want to make sure that I'm doing this so that way I have a place to punch the holes that's not in the photo. Then I'm going to use my bigger paper trimmer right there, and I'm going to figure out how to cut out just the photo and not cut the whole sheet of paper, because I want to be able to use it again. I actually really like this paper. Felicity Jane has really good stuff. So this was the first time I'd ordered anything from Felicity Jane, and I really enjoy their 12 by 12 papers. They're thick, but not too thick. Like, they're not flimsy like the papers you can pick up at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. They have some, they're a little sturdy, but they're not as thick as Allie's cards, but it's good quality. And so now I'm just going to trim the side real quick, make sure that none of it's sticking out. Move that cup. My friend gave me a mug for Christmas. Can you see the theme here, guys? I got a lot of mugs for Christmas. We've been amassing a collection of mugs this year. Most of them from our wedding, the rest of them from Christmas. So I made this little tag inspired by tags that Allie had in a kit a couple years ago that I didn't get. So I just stamped the number 20 on the front of the tag, and then I'm just going to do my journaling on the back. It's just saying that this is our first Christmas holiday as a married couple, and our first year with our own tree. I put some ornaments from Nana, Debbie, and my own ornament stash. Can't wait to build our ornament book. I'm actually, when I get ready to take down the ornaments, I'm going to take pictures of some of them. We're going to make a little 4x4 ornament book with the story of some of the ornaments. His grandmother, who has since passed away, no, it wasn't Tishy. I think it was just Nana. Nana hand makes a bunch of ornaments. Maybe Tishy did one or two. But she's handmade ornaments, and so we have a lot of them. And so I want to make sure that we write this, we share the story of those ornaments. And then the rest of it says, we've also appeared to amass a collection of mugs this year between our wedding and Christmas. These are my two favorite holiday mugs. I bought them both at Target. Which is, and again, that picture is compressed. I'm still figuring out how to print the proper quality of photos where I resize them to the right size. And they don't get squished like this. So I'm working on it. I'm sorry if my phone going off is a distraction to anybody else. I didn't realize it was in the camera. My friends were having a conversation, and my phone kept going off. And also, one of my clients was talking to me, so she had a couple of things she needed. So at the bottom of this tag, I've got some room, so I just put some plaid washi tape that I got from the Target Dollar Spot. Put that at the bottom, around the edges real quick, and this one is going to be done. These photos, most of my photos are printed on Epson matte presentation paper. At least the 6x8 photos are. It works really well, and it's good quality paper. That's about all I got there. Alright, and now day 20 is done. So the back of day 20, I already have a story for 21, which is in some pocket protectors, some pocket page protectors. So the back of 21, I just need to figure out how to do a filler space. And then I pulled out the ephemera pack from the Felicity Jane Joy kit, and I'm going to use Joy, which is the name of the girl that's right there, the ephemera piece that looks like a girl. Yeah, that's Joy. And I'm going to just kind of figure out something. I've never made a page like this before about what I'm doing now, but I actually really like the way that it turned out. It's one of my favorite pages, actually. I'm digging out some black stars. I'm looking for a third one, and I think I was looking for a fourth one, but I couldn't find one. This is some scraps from like the beginning of my album, and I decided to go ahead and use this because, as I mentioned earlier, I love the color. Plaid's not a color, but I love plaid. Yeah, I'm not sure where. Oh no, I had cut this out for a 3x8 pocket and then just never used it, so that's where it came from. And I figured I'd make a good border to kind of break up the middle of the paper, so that way it's not. That way she has something to contrast against. I pulled out my Tombow Mono liquid adhesive glue. I'm gonna adhere those lights down real quick. Use my tape runner and adhere that piece of plaid pattern paper real quick in the center. I'm trying to center it on the holes that are already cut, or punched, I should say. And then I'm going to adhere down the fa la la and the stars, and this layout is going to be done. So real quick, I wanted to say thank you guys for liking, subscribing, and all that fun stuff to my channel. I'm almost done with December Daily. I love this project, but I can't wait to be done and move on to something else. Yeah, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. If you're looking for any specific supplies, if they're still available, I will put them in the description box. And yeah, so please make sure you like this video. If you did, if you don't like it, then obviously don't like it. But make sure you subscribe to my channel so that way you can get notified when I post other videos. And yeah, after this I'm gonna do a quick, I'm gonna show you the pages in the album, and then there's going to be some still photos. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, have a good one.